The American bald eagle, our nation's symbol of freedom, courage, and strength. But that strength is being compromised by the very people this majestic bird represents. Having survived the threat of the insecticide DDT several decades ago, putting the population on the endangered list, the American bald eagle has recovered only to be threatened by another man-made product.
Since 2004, the wildlife rehabilitators here in Iowa have been collecting data on bald eagles, and that was the year that we saw a huge increase in the number of eagles coming into us with lead poisoning. It was really sort of alarm bells that year.
Kay Newman, the executive director of SOAR, Saving Our Avian Resources, has the history on how this epidemic with the eagles has surfaced.
And so the alarming part for rehabilitators, because we see injuries and things happening to wild animals every day. That's what we deal with. But when we see 60% of all of the bald eagles coming to us with a poison in their system, that was raising alarm bells for us. And so we've been gathering data on bald eagles, testing every bald eagle we can that comes into our facilities here in Iowa, and amassing that database. You invariably will see them out in the middle of a field working on a deer carcass. And so they've really learned that is a food source. If a deer has been shot with a lead slug or a lead rifle bullet, there will be lead fragments in that animal and in the gut pile.
J. Dean Kinsella at the McBride Raptor project in Cedar Rapids explains that ingesting the lead has long-term, often deadly consequences.
Over the last number of years, the last 5 to 10 years, we have seen an increase in bald eagles coming into our facility that have been exhibiting some central nervous system issues. There are no fractures or other issues with them, but we're noticing sort of tilted heads, incoordination, inability to stand upright, inability to hold down food. And so what we started doing was taking samples of their blood to see what was going on. And we're doing a specific lead level test, and the lead level tests are showing us exposure to lead by the eagles, predominantly ingested. We then follow up with x-rays, so in many cases we can actually see the lead inside the bird's digestive tract, so that we know that the bird is then ingesting lead out in the environment.
If the attempts to rescue the eagles fail, those who have painstakingly taken care of them continue to respect our nation's symbol by sending the eagles to Native American tribes who honor their spirit in tribal ceremonies. Dr. Cheney helps prepare the bodies for their final journey.
All 3 of these eagles have passed away in the last couple weeks from lead poisoning, so we will be processing these and sending them off to Colorado.
So how do we end this carnage? Kay Newman suggests an utterly simple solution. Change the type of ammunition hunters use for licensed game.
The copper slugs and the copper rifle bullets are actually better than lead. They may cost a little bit more, but coming from a family of hunters, I know what people spend on hunting, and buying the ammunition is really way down there on the list as far as costs. And you have seen eagles. Are they worth $5 to you? Are they worth $50? I mean, that's a couple pizzas and a 6-pack of beer.
Eagles have come back from the brink of extinction due to DDT use back in the 1950s and 60s. And as our national symbol, it would seem to me a shame to then turn around after we've got them back from DDT and go back into the same situation, losing them with lead exposure.
Reporting for UNI TV, this is Eric Benson.